Hello, 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 and welcome back to She Designs Her Life. So, I'm in a new place. I have some different stuff going on, and I have my notes. So, let's jump right in. So I didn't have this plan for 2026. My apartment flooded, and unbeknownst to me, that was I was home. I was in my basement. Not my basement, sorry. I was in my living room. And I basically was sitting I had tried this new thing, this Pilates little set. And in all honesty, like, who knew? The fire alarm started going off. Everything started happening. I texted my building maintenance person, and I was like, hey, is this real? Or because I really don't want to put the cats in the carrier if it's fake. Like, just let me know. And he didn't answer. And Maddie at this point had already run into the bathroom. Chip, I put into the bathroom because that blaring noise for cats is aggressive. So I put them in there. I got the carrier out and I put it in the bathroom. And then I hear voices in the hallway and I go to look and it's my maintenance manager running up the stairs. Yes, that's bleach. This is one of my comfort sweaters. Okay, and I can't replace it. So I see him run up the stairs and I'm like, oh, all right, let me get the cats. I don't even know what this is. Could be a fire, maybe a mini fire. I don't even know. Whatever. Get the cats, put them in the car. Two fire trucks roll in. Next thing you know, I'm watching the neighbor above me, the firemen that are in there, sweeping water out of the patio going onto mine. And I'm going, wow, that's a lot of water. So one of my neighbors had mentioned to me that this possibly had happened 6 months ago. Sorry, it happened 6 months ago. I did not live there 6 months ago. I moved in September. So I then see a police officer walk out and he says, does anybody know if apartment 204, if they're home or do they have, like, do they know who they are? And I'm like, it was me. Walk in, and my apartment in my living room and kitchen is just raining water. Yay! Let me tell you. So I'm going to go based on my notes. So that's basically what had happened. So immediately, this just brought me into a place of like sheer what the fuck. And a fireman is watching me cry, like almost cry. And I'm like, pull myself together because I'm like, not for nothing. I'm going to add to the water. There's already enough water in here, so I don't need to add to the water. But it immediately made me think of the helplessness feeling that I felt when my basement in my old house flooded the week of the closing. I was home alone. The cat's litter box in the basement was all the way to the back, by the back door where the water was coming in from. So Maddie was at the base of the stairs, and at that time, me and my ex were actually broken up. So I was coming downstairs to go feed the outdoor cat, and I look downstairs, and Maddie's at the stairs, and she's pawing, and I see like a reflection ripple. It was water, so my babies couldn't even get to the potty. So I then, of course, naturally called my ex, flipped out, said, why is there water down here? We've never had water like this. The only time we ever did was because of like something so silly as like the wet sink filled up with too much water or something like that. Like, it was so silly. He did something. He fucked something up. I let him know that that was a fuck up, and I had to take care of it by myself. So here I am, 2 years later, taking care of yet another water thing myself. It was a lot. So, with it being a lot, it brought up those emotions of like, wow, here I am yet again, another single girl taking on her shit. Um, Even back then, in my own house that I shared with somebody, I was still taking care of it all on my own, per usual. Uh, yes, and this is a lot of sarcasm being written on my face. This is me being nice about the situation. There's a whole lot of other stuff that happened. I'm being really nice about it. I'm being nice about the what happened to my house. I'm being really nice to the apartment complex because I do live there. I am not allowed to live there now. So I am actually staying in a hotel that they have put me in. So I am here for the next 3 weeks. I've already been here 1 week. There's been a lot of uncertainties. And when there's uncertainties, it creates stress. I cope by giving sarcasm. And I try to make everything funny. But so it cracks me up because people are like checking on me or not knowing if they should check on me. It's, I'm in my own little bubble because honestly, me and the cats are in a hotel. We're in a foreign environment. We're in a whole new town. It's like, yes, I know the town, but like I'm not used to it. Our usual stuff isn't here. I'm now 20 minutes, I mean, I'm still 20 minutes away from the gym. I took a week off of spin because I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. I have to do, like, yes, I did my own laundry in my apartment because I had it in there. Here, I have to take it down to their little laundromat. Like, the easiest things are not the easiest anymore. So I know first world problems. I'll get that. I know. But when you're so used to your routine and your home and your things, and then all of a sudden they're ripped away from you, those first world problems feel a lot bigger than what they should be. And even back then with my house, those first world problems were bigger than they needed to be because doing things on your own is really fucking difficult. So I basically was like, all right, here, how do we do this? Mind you, I didn't have to leave my house from the flood. This, I'm now displaced. So immediately having to figure out, like, what am I supposed to take with me? What am I supposed to do? What, I pack up the cats, I pack up their food, I'm getting their stuff. I have to like figure out insurance. I have to figure out like all of this stuff. And I'm just like, this is a lot for one day. So let's just get the hotel. Little known fact, not every hotel in New Jersey accepts animals. So finding a place to take me and my two cats was very difficult. That's why I'm in a different town. I'm not going to disclose where I am, um, just because of my own personal stuff. Like I just don't want to. I am in South Jersey. Like I'm in Monmouth still. Yes, I'm still in Monmouth. So it's just a little further than I need to be. So, yes. So I'm like sitting there in like this crazed moment. Like my bedroom is leaking. My living room has water on it. My Christmas tree that I left up, water. It's underwater. It's dead. It died. So, yeah. A few things are ruined. Actually, a lot of things are ruined. So, mhm. I like shopping, but I don't like re-shopping for things that I already have. And like you're in a state of comfortability, and then all of a sudden, like you're shocked, and your nervous system, now you have to shop for those things at some point. It's just an inconvenience that's just not needed. But that's just me. And I try to think like my friend Christina, which by the way, I have wonderful, amazing women in my life. My best friend Christina came to help me pack, and she was sick. And she still came to help me pack. So that was amazing. Um, and honestly, like trying to figure out like sweaters, what am I gonna wear? How long am I gonna be away for? It's like assumption is three to 4 weeks, but with construction, you never know. So I like grabbed the stuff that I know I could, like my comfy sweaters, some t-shirts, not a lot. I grabbed as much underwear as I possibly own, all of my bras, all of like socks, which I actually didn't even grab that many socks. I had to go buy some. Leggings, jeans, things that I need, certain shoes. Co-hosts. It is what it is. So yeah, so like grabbing that towels, like yes, hotel towels. I didn't grab my blankies, and I'm like, fuck, I had to go buy a new one, and I don't even love it. So yeah, so it's like it's certain things. None of my books. I did not bring any books. I had to go buy books. I'll go over the ones I bought, and I haven't even sat down to read. And it's like, how do you know what to pack? Like, I didn't even know, like, maybe I packed up my whole bathroom, like what was in my shower. I forgot even some things. Like, as a woman, you have to prepare for like your monthly, you have to prepare for like certain things. And you're like, do I really want to buy that stuff? No, because I already fucking own it. So I don't want to buy it. Then it's like, okay, candles, like things to make you feel like you're in a home, make you feel like you're in a happy place. So it's like, I I took every suitcase I owned and I literally packed everything into all of them. Um, and kitchen stuff. Like I went back and I like grabbed coffee maker, my sugar, like things that could go bad. My fridge, the entire fridge is probably bad at this point. Um, all of these things, and I didn't grab enough clothes. I didn't know. I wear different comfy things all the time, but it's like if I go out, I have nothing to go out in at night for dinner. Oh yeah, and you have to eat out every single night because there is a little kitchenette, but it's not the normal kitchenette. So you're like, how to be prepared. I'm gonna put together a list of like Amazon stuff, Target stuff, and other stuff that I found to be very helpful in this situation. Because, in all honesty, now I have a travel litter box. I grabbed one of their litter boxes, but they're smaller because I had two smaller litter boxes for two cats. Now I need one giant one for two cats. Like their garbage bags, their litter, their food. Let me tell you, like, literally, like, there's a lot that you don't think about. And you're like, fuck. So I'm gonna put that together. I'm gonna link it to everything. So don't worry. And it's not gonna be up on tonight's show notes. It'll probably be up tomorrow. Because I am still working, y'all. That's the other thing. Yay. Okay, so then I have like a bunch of things that you start to realize. You're like, oh my God, my passport, my things that are important to me, my laptop, which was also underwater at one point, and I'm hoping it'll never have water damage. But like certain things, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have that. I need this. I don't have that. I don't have a printer. So it's like the things that you should be prepared for in the event of, like, your insurance policies being in place, your any important documents in the need of a fire, a flood, or the unknown that you have to get out. Like, I thought about it afterwards and I'm like, I needed a like little runaway bag is what I needed to have in place. So it's like I was not prepared whatsoever for the unknown. And that is crazy to me because I am like the queen of being like prepared. So your girl was not prepared for shit. So guess what I am going to be doing? Being fucking prepared going forward. And when you're in that situation, by the way, you are so scatterbrained that you can't know your left from your right, what you need, what you don't need. I could have packed my air fryer. I could have been very happy having that here. I fucking forgot it. Whoops. So yeah, and then it's like all the insurance stuff. Thank God I have somebody that's in the insurance business as one of my friends. One of my besties, Eva, she's helping me, thank God, because woof. I don't half the words that they use, I'm like, huh? Say what? I don't know what the heck you're talking about. So yeah, thrilled. Thrilled, 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 thrilled. Thrilled. And by the way, they should be teaching us this stuff in high school. I maybe use chemistry and some, mainly chemistry now, but physics I could have done without. Teach me the basics. Kids now need to know insurance policies, life insurance policies, insurance EOBs, how to balance a checkbook. This shit should be taught to us because adulting, it's very difficult sometimes and you get scatterbrained. Even though you've done it before, it's like you're like scatterbrained. And remember, I'm doing it as a single. I don't have a backup person. Yes, I have my friends, but I don't have my support system of a partner that would know these answers to some of these questions. And even in that situation, I was that partner that knew the answers in this situation in that past relationship. You're welcome for teaching you. So, this is the part that I'm like shocked that I'm going to share about. So, in these moments, anxiety and depression can kick in like no other. I did have moments of complete and sheer insane, like, you go into hyper fixation mode where you have to be a robot. So I went into fight or flight of anxiety mode. My entire body was so rigid that when I slept, I didn't sleep that night, but because my shoulder was so like tense, it's bad. My anxiety shows through my body. My depression is me shutting up. I will not speak on a lot of stuff. I will go into like a silent mode, which I started to notice I was doing. I actually did not show up for things that I should have showed up for things, and I didn't because I just was like, I have no space for this right now. My entire body is like, I'm shutting down. And that's when I know that I'm in a thick of a depressions thing. And thank God I had therapy later that the next day after it, because it kind of helped, but also then I was just like, I regressed and I was like, I need to stay away from people. Although I didn't. Some friends I was like hanging out with, but, or people would stay here, like my friends would stay over. Like, it's just, it's a lot when you're in the moment of it. And I never use the words anxiety or depression lightly because it's not a light subject. So for me to go through it and for me to talk about it, I know that it is definitely there. And I know that even though I'm in therapy, there's moments that sneak up on you that can fuck with you. This was one of those moments. It fucked with me. Because even when you think that you got everything going and you have everything planned and you have all your little steps and your little stuff in all your places, I have noticed I can live with minimal things. So that means I'm making changes when I get home. Minimalist is hitting hard. Like, if that's the case, we're going into a minimal lifestyle. It is what it is. Because if I can live through this in a hotel room, we're going to minimalist. I have my notes. I'm still reading them. So, like, with that being said, when it comes to the depression and the talking about it, it is the winter and there are the winter blues. So I want to separate the two. This was something that the way that it was explained to me was caused by winter. The pipes were not properly insulated. The pipe cracked. It froze. It was warmer last week. It started to thaw out. The water had nowhere to go besides in. So, on top of me being a winter lover, this kind of like I normally don't get the winter blues. If I do, I kind of get myself out there a little bit more or I stay cozy. I know how to deal with the winter blues pretty well. Or I make sure that I get out and go see my friends or something. Like, I'm not huge into the winter blues, but this made me into the winter blues. Yeah. So, I was feeling a type of way. I did go see, it was Valentine's Day weekend. I went to go see Wuthering Heights with one of my best friends, Lauren. We had so much fun. Holy shit, that movie. I'm going to get into that. Not going to talk about it right now. It's part of what we're watching. But there's really like, so there was no way for me to get out and go for a walk. There was no way for me to like do anything to get some of this angst out, which is what I usually suggest when you're in a winter rut or low moment, or even in just a moment where you're completely feeling thrown. I had nothing. So that's why, and I didn't go working out, which is probably a thing for me that I should have done. But instead, I did 2 days in a row, started the week off fresh, and I'm like, you know what? This is what we're doing. This is maybe a new thing for us. We're going to do Mondays and Tuesdays in the evening, and this is just going to be the way it goes. I needed to go get a massage. I booked one of those. I need to go get a pedicure. I'm booking one of those. So it's like things that are making me feel good for myself. I am definitely doing. I'm taking it easy. I'm not going crazy doing stuff. There's certain things that I'm like, okay, this is attainable. This is doable. Don't overdo things either because you could burn yourself out, and depression, you can then be locked away and not want to leave. So definitely get yourself like moving, even if it's little movements for a little bit. Just move around. So you start to like I literally just said, you can start to realize that you can live in small spaces. With like me living in a small space with cats, I've always lived in a bigger apartment with them because they're used to it and I want my space with them. But I really want to make the change to have minimizing things in my apartment that is not so crazy. Like I have 3 pairs of jeans with me, maybe 4. That's not the case in my apartment. My apartment, I have like a whole shelf of jeans and shorts. So I definitely live a lot with a lot of options, let's say. A lot of options. We can maybe make a change in that. And maybe we will. Most likely we will. So I'm definitely rethinking that. If there's things that are hanging in my closet that are just there taking up space, then they gotta go. They're not gonna stay around for long. They gotta go. Like I hang on to things, we're gonna part ways after this whole situation. And I get rid of a lot of stuff. It's just the way it goes. But all is fine. And I think I'm going to be fine. It's going to be a little different each week. There will probably not be a podcast coming out next week. I think I'm going to take an effect that this will be the final one for February. And then come March, I'm going to do probably total of like 3, seeing how things go because it is going to be a little chaotic that month. So I'm going to play with it, but this one is more like me wanting to show up and show like, yes, in the worst moments, I'm still doing things for myself. It is what it is. It is not, I'm not going to let it get me down. And if you're feeling down about something, feel your feels. Have a fucking rot day. I say that all the time. It is like you are allowed to have a rot day and have a Diet Coke with that rot day. Because shit happens. Not for nothing. I definitely want to do things that make myself, like I have books that are here, but I haven't read them yet. But I want to do stuff that's making me feel better for me. So do it for you, even if it's not in a huge, crazy circumstance like a flood. But if you're feeling a type of way for the winter blues, it's almost hand in hand. So try to do something a little more for you. And I heard somewhere, even for Galentine's Day and Valentine's Day, get yourself something special. So you know what? I have yet to do that. So I'm going to go get myself something special. Oh, and the night before the flood, I actually did do something for myself. I took myself on a candle making class date, and I had so much fun. To my friend Steph, one of my besties, her stuff is homemade NJ. I have one of her candles burning now. Well, I made it at that class. Like literally the simplest things. That night, it was so much fun. I have so much content. I haven't even posted about it because I've been doing all of this stuff. So it's like, you know what? It's time to get back to reality. And these are the things that getting in those little motions do make me feel better. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But let's chat Wuthering Heights. People loved it. People hated it. People were indifferent. It's an adaptation. That means the movie is nothing like the book. It is the producer's way of storytelling, the director's way of storytelling. This is an adaptation of a classic by Bronte. I read it when I was younger. It was one of the most tragic love stories ever written. And it also was like super, like back in the 1500s, it was sexist. Let's be fucking real, kids. Women had no say in anything they did, especially to whom they loved. Tragic. So basically, this story was Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. Now, the acting, superb. Jacob Elordi, he was meant to be the brogue that he had, like that Irish thick accent. It was a little hard to understand him, but their acting together was great. The whole cast was wonderful. The movie, me and my friend Lauren were hysterically crying at the end, like throughout the whole second part of the movie, hysterically crying. It was that good. It moved me to tears to the way of like, I'm like, modern dating is dead for me. I want a man to yearn. I want a man to write me letters. I want just the love in that way. Yep, I do. And there's no reason to settle until you get it. So yeah, that's that. And then Love is Blind. Holy hot mess. Holy hot mess. I waited to finish the episodes for the past, I think we're at 8 of them now. Well, we did datings and now we're hometown and stuff like that. The guy, Chris, I kind of see what he's getting at. He wanted a gym girly. He knew she wasn't a gym girly. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. All of this, spoiler alert. It's just a show that shows, yes, you can fall in love, but oh my God, y'all are crazy. My favorite couple so far is Vic and Christine, I think her name is. I do like Emma and Mike. I do like Bree and Connor. I do like I did like Devontae and Brittany, but something about they were working and now they're not. I don't know. This shit's weird. But hey, it's reality TV. It's great. I'm just waiting for all of my shows to come back because these days that's what's saving me. Summer House, trying to get into it. Oh God, what's the other one? Below Deck, the one with hot Captain Jason. Mm-hmm. Only two episodes in, so it's kind of boring. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I really think Dorit needs to take a fucking chill pill. That's just in my eyes. And if the way that Mo and what's her name are doing, maybe they should get back together. Kyle, Mo and Kyle, just get back together, please. Thank you. So yeah, that's that. And reading, my TBR list is in my apartment. I got Colleen Hoover, Reminders of Him. I'm going to read that. I got another book by Megan Quinn called Just for the Cameras. I feel like I need a raunchy romantic spice book, so I'm going to hit Barnes and Noble. After I upload this, I will post what I am getting. And then the woman that was in the show Sex Life, she has a book. I want to pick up her book. It's a novel, I think, or an autobiography, something, but I need to get it because I was listening to Let's Be Honest, and honestly, I love that woman. She is speaking from an over 40s, and it's very relatable as we're dating because it's like, I'm going to start posting hot selfies and not give a flying fuck. And if you don't like them, don't follow me. It starts to bring back, we're not trying to chase men, we are attracting. And if you want to be a part of this, then we are attracting you. Super simple. Super simple. So yeah, that's that. And listening to, I'm honestly getting back into my rhythm of listening to podcasts. I just said I'm listening to Let's Be Honest. I know that Call Her Daddy has a couple of people that she interviewed. I'll watch some of that. Unwaxed, I'm getting slowly back into that. And honestly, like I'm slowly trying to get back into things. I know I missed a lot of Him and Her. It's just getting back into my usual rhythm of things. I'm getting there. But I do want to say I appreciate you having patience with me. And I think that you guys are going to like this episode because it is real and raw. And if you have feedback or anything that you've been through that's similar, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great rest of February. I hope you had an amazing, love weekend and you spent it away or doing whatever made you happy. And I hope to see you guys in March for a nice fresh month. Oh, by the way, happy Fire Horse year. I think that's the right one. Yay. Goodbye, fucking snake. I guess we're really shutting it out. And honestly, this is the best way to close it out. You're going to get a cutie patootie little face. We love Chipper. All right. Thanks, guys. See you on the next. Mwah.